Hello guys, I hope y'all are doing well. Today I wanted to make a quick video related on some thoughts that I had when it came to AI, what happened with Rabbit R1 and so on, to mainly not highlight the problems but try to give you some tangible information that you can use and prevent things like this from happening. Not like scamming directly like Rabbit R1 did, but like trying to create a product that has a good fundamental, so it can be a very good product that can hopefully sell or maybe a lot of people use. And yeah, this is mostly for people in the software space that are interested in those sort of indie hacking or creating products thing. And yeah, these are some thoughts, things I've been thinking about with AI products and situations like this. So yeah. So, like in the title says, why Rabbit R1 and most AI products will never succeed, we will need to first define success. What is successful to you may not be successful to me, but in the product or software related space, if there is no money intent on a product, we can generally define products that are totally free to be successful when many people use that product on a daily basis, like GIMP, Linux, and many more. But there are few very successful examples like that really have zero money intent, because we all need to put food in the table. So if the product has some money incentive, we can usually define success of a product that can sell to users and attract users for a prolonged amount of time. Like big tech ranging from Spotify, Netflix, to relatively new products like Todoist and Notion, and many more products that we know and use on a daily basis. So by defining success, why products like Rabbit R1 that have a money intent will never quote unquote succeed. The simplest reason, I believe, is lack of substance, which I know isn't the most punchiest line or reason to give, but that is the truth. Products that have added something new to the market are usually those that skyrocket in success. Or maybe it is in a product that added something new but replaced something bad or good with something that was better, and of course have a real problem to solve. But lacking in substance is related to how Rabbit R1 doesn't has a set problem to solve. The product was half-assed and it was rushed into production, meaning that the reason why many products that are AI related right now will never succeed is that most of them are just trying to hop on the AI bandwagon. I mean, it was discovered that Rabbit R1 was itself an Android app, which is using the ChatGPT model to create the prompts, and most likely it is using something like React Native, and they are just using a library to do the whole TTS or text to speech. And there is even one library that I now just searched called React Native TTS, so that's funny enough. But that is just a speculation. But like Rabbit R1, let's half-ass the speculation so I don't have to reverse engineer and do a whole lot of work to find that basically Rabbit R1 is just a half-ass product. But before going into what we can learn from this, I want to be very clear in the fact that AI is not just a trend. It got popular in this last few year or two because we have access to a large language model that has a very useful use case of custom inquiries and custom responses, like having somebody else next to us that we can ask. That is extremely powerful, and that is ChatGPT. That is the reason why it got popular in the last few years. But AI itself as a concept at least has been around since the 1950s, 1960s, from what I've researched and seen, which I will leave a resource below that shows the history of AI briefly. So it is not like NFTs. So people that are just saying that this is just a trend and it will go away, I mean, it has been around since literally 70, 60 years. So we cannot compare it to something like NFTs, which are useless and almost everyone has forgotten about them. So funny enough, AI is nothing new and it won't go away. So we must adapt to it since we have now had the possibility of using a product that is very clearly AI, unlike, for example, the Waze app or traffic apps in general. They have used AI for the longest time, and we can say that we have interacted with AI because of these apps. But ChatGPT itself is the biggest showcase of AI that we have been able to interact with, thus causing so much talk about the AI subject in the last few years. So what can we learn from this? How we can prevent that lack of substance that I just talked about? Before going into what you can actually do if you want to create a usable product at the least, I must add that I myself have created products that almost nobody has used, and that's okay. That happens every single day. But I feel like if you want to have the best chances at creating a usable product, like I said, at least something you could potentially sell to others and not necessarily scam other people with deceiving expectations, then I feel like the next two suggestions can really help you with that. So first, have a clear problem to solve. Rabbit R1 problem to solution was never clear and was never meant to be clear. All they wanted to was to just hop on the AI bandwagon. And something funny enough, I wrote this script before we go into the second point. This is off the script. I saw the CoffeeZilla videos related to this specific situation, and I didn't add it to the script because I wrote it like a week ago. And I'll highly recommend you to give it a watch, because it shows that it was people who just want to like hop on the trends and just scam people and get the most money out of people as soon as possible with what is trendy at the moment. So yeah, that's something I wanted to add midway. So let's talk about the second thing you can learn from this, which is that you can solve issues quickly with libraries, but most likely if you are just pasting libraries here and there to create your product, then most likely the product is something that somebody else has already done. So let's say after having a clear problem to solution, ask yourself and investigate, am I really adding something to the market? And after you answer this question, is this product something I will use and maybe pay for? Because the best products, we can say, at least when it comes to success out there, like Spotify or SoundCloud, Google Maps and more, are no-brainers. They are apps you just have to have because it solves a very common issue relatively well. There are things that you will definitely use because there is nothing like it or better in the market. So always ask those two things before you proceed with any product. Before you go into design, before you go into programming, before any of that, please have those two questions very clear and very concise, and that makes sense. Another tip I want to add is, if you're working by yourself, meaning that you have to do absolutely everything, rather than spending months on a product that could flop, one of the best advice I've received, and it is from somebody on YouTube. If I remember their video or I'm able to find it, then I will definitely link it in the description. Which the advice is to always make the solution to the problem. Like it depends on what you're doing specifically, but if you're programming it, for example, make the program solve the problem, and in addition, ship it with just one feature. And after you make the product and you see that people use it with, you know, the problem to solution, or the solution you're bringing to the market with just one feature, and buy it for what it is, not what it will become, then you start adding features and quality of life things to that product. Unlike Rabbit R1, which is basically selling what the product will be, not what it is. Your product to solution should be good enough that people are happy with the base product, not with what it can be. Like, that is deceiving. And something else before I close this video is that while I was investigating more on the Rabbit R1 situation, I found a very good article that shared the sentiment or something similar of this video, which I will leave in the description, which you can see here, which is an incredible read if you're interested in creating product overall, mostly of course like we talked about in software, and it extends on many concepts and questions that you can ask yourself. So I'll highly recommend to give it a read. So that was it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through. If you're here, thanks so much. Consider giving it a like and a subscription. I never ask for it, but I think if you're interested, then I'm always very happy and would love to move onto these sort of topics and things that are more related to like the now, the future, because I've done mostly like tutorial videos and things like that that I find very helpful, because those are issues that I found myself with, and you know, I tried finding other videos to seek help and usually find myself very lost. So that's what I always liked, to make them with a lot of context and usually a lot of time. But yeah, that's something I would like to dive deep into the future, what you guys can see, some food for thought, like some people say. So let me know what are your thoughts in the description. I'm not somebody that has the answers or anything like that. I really wanted to give my opinion on this and give you guys some food for thought to keep this discussion going, and always trying to make yourselves and make myself also somebody who thinks more critically on these situations, the sort of things with like AI, the future, jobs, and things like that, because I feel like it is very important that we all consider and give some critical analysis or critical thought, because there are things that can open your mind and make you happier long term if you really put the time to at least give it a think. Yeah, I ramble a little bit right there, but let me know your feedback in the comments, and I'll be very happy to learn from you guys what you guys think from it. And yeah, that was it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Please take care.